I lost weight from 187 pounds to 160 pounds between June 10th, 2020 and September 20th, 2020. So basically 27 pounds in 100 days. I'm so proud. As a 158 centimeters woman, I still have a lot to do. My goal is 125 pounds, a few pounds less than I weighed in college. I hope to reach this goal by mid-2021, but we'll see. I've always been petite and fairly skinny. It wasn't until I was about 24 that I started gaining weight, and still am chubby in my 30s. I'm naturally active and nutritious, and I love good food, bread, cheese, wine, ice cream, etc. I made pretty steady progress until September, when I took a 5-day vacation of wine tasting and dining out, and then another 3-day trip where I got engaged. I was definitely celebrating, and by the end of September I had gained 2 pounds and was kind of stuck at 162 pounds. But the good news? It's just a temporary reflection of celebrating really great life moments and everything. I had formed really healthy habits, and because the fun weekends completely threw me off track, they actually became just spikes that I tempered with dips. When I look at the daily data, I see that the baseline started losing weight as soon as I got back to my normal routine, and it's just when the spikes are too close to each other that it becomes a little hard to see the overall weight loss. Okay, I'll take that. It's a good sign not to gain weight and then be able to get back to normal and lose weight. I started eating 1,300 calories a day. I was really strict at first, with big goals to kickstart my weight loss. It worked. I ate turkey meatballs, rice, and veggies every day for dinner for a month and lost 10+ pounds the first month. It was such a nice motivator and actually really tasty and easy. If you eat foods you enjoy, it's great to develop a habit of eating them. In the beginning, it didn't feel like I was eating enough. I was so hungry all the time for the first 10 days. I also had a ton of tummy rumblings from eating a ton of fiber and veggies and not fatty meats, I think. Naturally, I ate very little bread and processed carbs to meet my calorie goals. As I started seeing more and more progress, I was able to loosen my grip on my diet. I went to 1,250 calories and stayed there as my goal. I plan my meals in a homemade Excel planner/tracker. It's very basic. I don't like the flexibility of being able to move calories around depending on what I'm eating. I use a kitchen scale for everything and count calories before meals, not on the go or after. I ate ice cream every day on this diet. At first, I was trying to get through Halo Top, measuring everything and writing it down into my calories. Then I found 100-calorie popsicles that were real ice cream and really good after all that Halo Top, and I started eating 1 or 2 of them in the evenings instead, writing them down. I wanted Indian food and hamburgers sometimes, and I was able to include them every night. Nothing crazy, I didn't eat them every day, but every couple of weeks we'd have a takeaway, which worked out well with some planning. I measured and ate snacks every day, but the longer I did it, the more I naturally cut back on snacks. I realized that my ideal day of nutrition, in my opinion, is the calorie plan. Breakfast smoothie of banana, protein powder, cocoa powder, water. Coffee with 2 tablespoons of half and half. Lunch salad, lettuce, veggies of various kinds, 1 tablespoon of homemade Italian dressing, sweet potato, and 5-ounce goat cheese. Dinner. Various vegetable and salmon or chicken sausage or turkey meatball dinners. Evening snack, fruits and ice cream. Lots of walks around the area, up to 4 miles each time. Wanted to go a little faster and bought a jump rope, but it was so hard even for 10 minutes. I was out of breath. When the lane swimming opened up safely for us, I started swimming 4 times a week for 35 minutes, maximum, given the reservation system. Just swimming in circles. I felt good, and it was fun. After a month of swimming, I tried jumping rope again, and it turned out to be really fun, and I could easily jump for 25 minutes with a light sweat and just a few breaks. It felt like a real breakthrough. Losing weight and regular exercise really work. Haha. The pool booking system was really helpful. I book a week in advance, and when the 7-day window comes up, I go, no matter what. I'm trapped. I have to go. So I do. I tried to move more, suggesting walks with friends, where it was possible to socialize that day, instead of a picnic or something like that. I don't try to go crazy with exercise, although I've always loved to move. I just focus on getting moving. I don't worry too much about calories burned. I don't do anything intense, so I burn calories back. The longer I work on this 60-pound project, the more it feels like it's actually pretty easy. Don't get me wrong. There were about 3 weeks in the beginning when I thought it would be an impossible task to do this every day for a year, but the longer I do it, the more I have to compromise on things I need or want to succeed, in exchange for things I don't really care about. For example, I really like cream. Oh, and it's just a necessary part of my life, so although I tried to replace them with milk, etc., I finally decided that no, it's not worth it. On the other hand, I've never been a big fan of drinking, and although I like beer or wine in the evening, I would rather have dinner or ice cream for dessert, and so I just naturally excluded it. I can see my decisions and make them with open eyes, and for this I feel eternal gratitude. Plus, I feel successful, happy. I love trying on new clothes and seeing the numbers on the scale go down, getting closer to that goal, collecting daily data showing my progress, etc. I feel better than I have in the last 2 years when I was at this weight, and so happy to be back to health and a body weight that feels like mine.